everybody. It's time for your weekly Good Vibrations reading. This is a really special night. This is Power Packed, and we've been leading up to this for a long time. I thought it fitting to be in front of the beautiful fire that my husband made tonight for our family, because this is the fire of Aries, and this is where our full blood moon eclipse is taking place tonight. Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac, and this marks a brand new beginning. And things, from what I read, I'm not a trained astrologer, but from the many entries that I've read, this is a time when things might get a little raw with emotions, with relationships. I know we've experienced that in our house just tonight, with members of our little family in this house. And it's all good because it's bringing about new change, new beginnings, opportunities for growth, and mostly opportunity for the highest integrity to shine forth. Anything that is low integrity in vibrations like are being entered into our experience this evening, anything that is low integrity in those energies is going to be blasted right out of the water. Low integrity cannot exist in those energies because they're that strong. So I just felt this was really important to focus this week's reading on the theme that your team is asking you to embrace with these new energies, knowing they're transformative. This is huge, huge. So the eclipse energy stays with us for another 6 months until the next eclipse. But additionally, I think I read somewhere that this setup of what's happening here won't happen until something like 2038. So in that way, it's very special. So for those that picked a card this week, your teams only chose for 3 cards this week. And I'm going to reveal these messages now. So for those that picked the butterfly card, which there were many of you, I was shocked at how many people picked this card. And it is the sexuality card. You know what this is about? This is because this full moon is all about the divine feminine energy that is coming through. That is the shift that we're undertaking right now, the shift into the age of Aquarius. That's already, we're in it now, and that shift is continuing to occur. We're coming out of the age of separation from our God self into a reunion with our divine mother energy. We have lived by the masculine energy for a very long time. And now the feminine energy is coming through, and that is this card, 100%. I know. This is the feminine in form. I mean, look at her. She's totally vulnerable, but totally confident. And that's what your team is asking you, the many of you that picked this card. It's not surprising now that I look at the card as to why you picked this one. Because this is what this moon is all about. This moon is about embracing that feminine energy. It is an energy of nurturing. It is an energy of kind of the high priestess, where you realize that all the wisdom is right within. You don't even need to look elsewhere. It's right here. This is what they call the second coming. The second coming is realizing the God, the divinity within you, and becoming one with it. And so this is what she's offering, and she's got a beautiful big jar there, vase, jar, I'm not sure what you'd call that. Oh my goodness, my cat is wanting to be in on this reading. She's got this beautiful big jar, and that's just filled with all the gifts that she brings. She comes equipped with that. So if you truly relent, you surrender to this divine feminine energy, this golden light You know, that's what it's all about for us. So it's really embracing that energy and making the intention to embrace it. And that's not meaning feminine in the terms of male and female as we know it in the human form. It's the qualities of the divine feminine energy, which, as I mentioned, is nurturing, is unconditional love. Not that you don't get angry about things or disappointed or have things that you want to happen and they don't. It's more just that you're easy to forgive. It's easy to forgive. It's easy to move along. It's easy to see how other people have their perceptions. And you just need to stay strong in your own divine feminine place, knowing that you've got that jar with you. Those are all your lessons. Those are all your gifts that you're here to offer all of us. And you've got that divine light that surrounds you and the wings to take you where you want to go. So just surrender to it and allow it to be. And this is energetically happening whether you realize it or not. That's what this moon, all of these cosmic things that are happening tonight, this is exactly what this is about. So very good. No wonders there as to why so many picked that card. For those that picked the messages from your animal spirit guides message, what you have is the gorilla. The gorilla. And the message here says, take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. I'm going to say this goes right back to that divine feminine energy. This is about opening up to listen before you talk. Divine feminine is much more about receptivity than it is about blasting out. We're going to start moving into a time when we start to see the wisdom in those around us, including our children, who we have, historically thought to be, oh, you don't understand and you don't know, and I have the experience and I have to teach you and I have to make you this person and mold you and all of that. That's all shifting. The kids being born these days, they are coming equipped with wisdom that is well beyond what many of the adults on the earth at this time have within their understanding. And these are the children that will become our leaders, thank goodness, and bring this knowledge to our earth in order to propel us along this timeline. So this gorilla energy, for those that picked it, is really about taking the time to listen. We're talking about a 6-month window here of these powerful eclipse energies. And it's seeing the wisdom in what those around you are offering. And I'm feeling like this really, especially children, whoever picked this card, it feels like children that you need to listen to your kids or young ones who are around you, because they're offering wisdom, but we don't take the time to listen. And I'm guilty of this with my own son, so I get it. But I'm learning every day to open my ears more and to shut this trap a little bit, even though I still need to be a mom. He offers significant wisdom. So that's what it feels like for whoever picked this card, those that did pick it. It feels like you need to really be listening in the coming months to the wisdom coming through children in your life, and it also could be other family members. Taking more time to listen, less time to talk. All right, so then those who picked the horse card, I really like to read the message from these because they're so beautiful, and I never know what's going to trigger. So again, not surprising with this moon, it's a very powerful one. It's the number 30. Look at that, gorgeous. Indigo. The card is called Intuition. And I just want to read you, while you look at this, the message from this book. This is by Linda Kohanov. The main themes of this card are non-rational perception, subtle body awareness, and intersubjectivity. A horse of a different color emerges from the mist, bringing wisdom from a mysterious source. The gift of this card is intuition not only connects us to a deeper, more soulful consciousness, it reminds us that the universe is a lattice work of relationships. The challenge of this card is, in accepting the gift of expanded awareness, you must monitor your shadow and remember you're human. When the ego takes credit for extrasensory perception, it becomes inflated and dangerous. So when I think about that and I look at this card, there is no doubt that this moon, for those that picked this, is significant in bringing you additional intuition. But I feel like the challenge is going to be to not throw that in people's faces. This is something that I'm particularly passionate about with my work, and why I choose to kind of do a non-marketing approach with my business, because this stuff isn't for everybody. And I totally respect that, and I totally honor all of you and your mastery that you brought here. And I feel that it's best for me to simply offer what I offer, and those who feel like it might be a match for them come my way, and they do. And I don't feel the need to push on anybody. And when I look at the description of this, and as I was reading it, I was noticing where in my throat I was really catching. And for that, that tells me where kind of the crux of this is for those that picked this, is that though there is increased awareness and learning and a whole new level of consciousness that you are enjoying, perhaps, or about to enjoy with this moon. I mean, this can really open up a lot of stuff with this fresh Aries energy. The thing will be is finding the balance of having your consciousness, your new consciousness that is on board, and being able to see that world in a wider view, but then to respect that others may not be there, they may never be there, and it is okay that they're not. And to just allow them to have their experience, and you can have your experience, and to know that they work really quite perfectly together. And that not everybody is here to have expanded consciousness. Some people came for vacation in this incarnation, and they didn't come for some big mission, and that's okay. That was their choice. That was their free will when they decided to incarnate. So though this is absolutely expanded awareness, I feel this caution message really coming through is to just keep it in check and know that you are experiencing dramatic shifts, and not everyone is going to be where you're at. And so it's okay to enjoy your life, and absolutely please do shine your light. Whoever picked this card, any of you, please shine your light. That's going to be the best that you can do for everybody else. But don't let the ego take hold and sort of force you into feeling like you need to push anything or even shout it from the rooftops. Just simply being and enjoying your life without having to prove it to anybody or be, showing it to anybody in an active sort of way. Just be it. Just be, enjoy, and know that it's perfect for you and that it may not be a fit for others, because this energy is big and everybody's going to experience something out of it, but it's going to be at varying degrees. And I feel like the people who picked this card are experiencing tremendous shifts and are in that really first wave of ascension, as it's called, which is coming into that Christed consciousness within. But not everybody's there. So just be respectful, I guess, is the message that I'm getting pretty clearly as I look at this card. So there, I think that's everything. And I wish you a wonderful full blood moon, because it's going to be a powerhouse. And my son and I are going to go out there under those moonbeams and take it in and start anew tomorrow. It's a fresh new start, fresh energies in a powerful way that lifts us all up to a higher level of consciousness. So thank you very much, as always, for participating, all those of you that did. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Wishing you good vibrations.